Hey, what's happening, everybody? Happy Aloha Friday. Today's message is about how to win friends and influence people. In chapter 14 of my new book, Ripple Marketing, that's the title, Winning Friends and Influencing People. And, all the successful network marketers that I've come across over the years all understand that the products are important, the system is important, but they always understand that we're in the people business. I mean, that's the business we're in. And, I actually read a book years ago, which I'm sure many of you are aware of, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I actually think for business, for communication, for relationship building, for empowering others, this is the book to read. And many of you have read it. But if you haven't read this, go out and get it. Go out and get it right away. Because what it comes down to in networking is learning those skill sets. Those skill sets, how to attract people, how to communicate with people, how to build relationships, and how to empower people. So yeah, go ahead and get that book. So lots of people always ask me, hey, well, what do you attribute a lot of your success to? Well, there's a lot of things, but one of the things that I constantly want to work on is how to build those relationships, how to empower people. So I wanted to just kind of share with you what I feel could be the secret to recruiting more people into your business, okay? And it really comes down to the law of attraction. And I'm gonna share 6 ways, 6 things that I got from Dale Carnegie, when I read that book. Number 1 is to become genuinely interested in other people. In other words, become more interested than interesting. Okay, and one of the mistakes a lot of people make in this profession is they kind of make themselves the issue, and in this particular case, what I'm talking about is focus on other people, okay, being humble and not being like, you see people all over Facebook flashing their fancy cars, their nice houses, all this money. Honestly, it's all nonsense. Be humble. That's not really that attracting. The second way would be to smile. Honestly, smiling is the most powerful magnet on the planet. And so as you're going out throughout your day, whether you're greeting people or just walking around, it's amazing what a smile will do. Okay, and I try to practice that as much as possible. But when you do smile, you tend to attract a lot of other people. Number 3, a person's name. A person's name is probably one of the sweetest sounds in any language. This is something that I honestly have a challenge with because I've always found it difficult to remember people's names. But if you're good at that and you can get good at that and use people's names when you're communicating with them, they're going to be more attracted to you. Think about it for a moment. Last time that you had a conversation with somebody or somebody approached you and greeted you by your first name, it kind of felt good, right? So that's number 3. Number 4, be a good listener, but I think most importantly, an active listener. Encourage people to kind of talk about themselves. Nobody wants to be a talking head. Nobody really wants to hear what you have going on in your world unless they ask. So one of the great, arts of this thing is to go out and get people talking about themselves, get people sharing about their particular passions, what they're excited about, and when you do that, it opens up all kinds of windows, for additional communication. The fifth way to attract people to you would be talking in terms of other people's interests. Not so much your interests. What a lot of networkers do is they go out there and they're just pitching their deal and they're talking about their particular interest based on what they're looking to achieve. Whereas it's all comes down to conversation, in my experience. And so having a conversation, there's no better way to start than to talk to somebody about their particular interest, their family, their passions, their hobbies, their golf game, whatever they got going on. And once that gets rolling, it just opens the door for, somebody to kind of ask you a question, and then the conversation goes, okay, and it flows. And then last but not least, is probably the most important when it comes to networking and attracting people and building that glue, is to make others feel important. And recognition is a really big part of our business, our profession. but it's the type of recognition that you give. And first and foremost, it just needs to be sincere. I mean, showing somebody sincere appreciation is a gateway to all kinds of activity. So, be sincere, be authentic, and when you give recognition, even if it's for the smallest things, somebody going out and getting their first enrollment, being successful for the first three-way call, breaking through a piece of fear, that they had, and going out and achieving something, and doing something that they were really fearful in doing, is really, really, really awesome. I mean, it'll go a long, long way. So, with that said, that was just my message for the day. I really want to talk about winning friends and influencing people. So, two books that you have on your schedule to get this weekend. Number one, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. If you don't have it, get it. Read it once a year. And of course, if you haven't read Ripple Marketing, check out that wave. Whoop. Man, it's got Aloha written all over it. Anyhow, go out and check out Ripple Marketing. You can go to my website, davidsculte.com, pick up a copy. And if you'd like to, join the party over at my business page, we're talking all kinds of business and tips and entrepreneurism. So be sure to check it out. All right, guys, listen, have an awesome weekend. Aloha.